Hi students, today we will be looking at intellectual property, also known as IP for short, and competitive advantage. What is the value of innovation? When a business innovates, it creates value. However, this value is vulnerable. Businesses need to protect their ideas or competitors can copy them, therefore reducing their competitive advantage and reducing their market share. So remember, competitive advantage is the value that a business offers to customers. Market share refers to the portion of customers in the market that a business has. As Steve Jobs would say, innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity, not a threat. What is intellectual property? Intellectual property, also known as IP for short, refers to the specific legal rights that protect business ideas, inventions, and original creations from being used by others without permission. There are four different main types of IP. Businesses use these four primary tools to safeguard and protect their IP assets. The first one is called a patent. It protects how an invention or the process works. Next, we have the trademark. This helps to protect brand identity, names, and logos. Next, we have the registered design, which protects the visual appearance of a product. And last but not least is the trade secrets, which protects confidential business information. A patent. What is a patent? A patent is an exclusive right granted for an invention. It gives the owner the legal authority to stop others from making, using, or selling the invention for a set period of time. For example, imagine a pharmaceutical company that develops a new life-saving drugs. Patents prevent other companies from making a generic copy version of it immediately. Now, trademarks helps to safeguard brand identity. A trademark differentiates your goods or services from those of another business. It's more than just a logo. It is a promise of quality and origin. For example, Nike's swoosh logo, the small little tick, the name Apple for the technology, and McDonald's golden arches. What are trade secrets? Unlike patents, trade secrets are not registered with the government. They're protected by keeping the information confidential within the company. One example is the recipe for Coca-Cola, which is one of the world's best kept secrets, which is famously locked in a high security vault in Atlanta. How does IP link to a business competitiveness? Competitive advantage is what makes a business better than its competitors. IP is the shield that helps to protect the competitive advantage. Remember, competitive advantage leads to higher profits and long-term sustainability for the business. It is also one of the most important business criteria out of the four. Now, let's compare when a business has an IP versus not having an IP. Without an IP, competitors can copy their ideas quickly and prices fall as supply increases, therefore reducing the business profit. The brand also loses its uniqueness. However, with an IP protection, barriers to entry are created. It's more difficult for competitors to enter the market and produce the same products or services. The brand of the business remains unique and higher prices can be sustained, therefore providing sustainable competitive advantage for the business. Let's have a look at case study. A new sneaker brand creates a unique aesthetic design and a new cushioning foam technology. First step, the business has to patent the foam technology, followed by registering the design of the outer shell. And then the business has to trademark the name and the logo of the sneaker brand. If the business forgets step 1, which is to patent the foam technology, other shoe brands could use the foam in their products as well, therefore rendering the innovation useless. It's not just enough to have IP. In business, you need to explain how it improves the business's competitiveness. Does it allow the business to charge more? Does it make the brand more memorable? Or does it stop a bigger company from crushing your startup? When you are responding to an extended response about an IP, first you need to state the specific type of IP that relates to the question. And then you need to explain how the law stops other competitors from copying the products or the services, and link it to competitiveness by explaining how this helps the business. Then you need to conclude on what is important in terms of the scenario. Let's have a look at KFC. KFC uses a trade secrets for its 11 herbs and spices. This creates a unique taste that competitors can't legally replicate perfectly. This competitive advantage allows them to maintain a strong brand image and market share in the fast food industry. So, following the previous method of answering, notice that there is a link from the IP type to the advantage that it gives the business. Using a trade secret that gives the business a competitive advantage to maintain a brand image and market share. Now, what are the challenges of IP? IP is not always cheap or easy. Registration and legal fees can be very high for small businesses. IP laws are different in different countries. Therefore, protecting and registering an ID in Australia doesn't mean that this protects it in China as well. You need to remember that innovation creates value and intellectual property helps to protect that value.